Okay, howdy everybody, welcome to another edition of That's Railroading, where we bring a railroad to you. We're going to bring a railroad to you too. Found a little problem here. I've started out from the harbor, just followed the train out, and had a little situation. Had to take care of it. Okay, I got it done, and you'll see that in the rest of this video. All right, let's turn around here and I'll show you. Anyway, had 3 bolts out in this joint. 3 bolts broke last night, and I'll show you a little more of that. I had to 2 of the nuts I had to tighten up with the hand track wrench. That's a big wrench. And I got the 3 bolts in. You'll see that in the rest of the video. I was coming up here and making a track inspection here this morning. It's 37 degrees, and I had my GoPro in the back bumper. So if that video turns out, you'll see it on my other channel. I have a second channel for you guys that don't know. That's Dave's Other Doings. So that video of watching the track from back there on that bumper will be on that channel. But we got this fixed, and we'll patch it. We'll put this together and see what happens. Okay. I think I said in the video that yesterday when I was coming down track, there was a joint out in front of us by the crossing. That's a Robina hard road crossing. It's a private crossing, only gets a couple vehicles a day. It was the second joint, there was a bolt out, and then we put one up here somewhere up next 2 or 3 joints up yesterday afternoon. Anyway, these 3 broke out during the night. Okay, all the repairs are done, and you'll see that. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of today's show. I'll get packed up here and get on up track. All right. Okay, we got 2 bolts out of this joint here. Looks like they just broke last night. It had been broke partly before, but finished it off last night. So, okay, we got to try to get this together. I can get this bolt in here. I'm going to have to try to pull this. All right, we're here at curve 49. Today is December 31st, 2023. I just put a couple bolts in last week, or yesterday, I mean, in this curve, not at this joint. Anyway, here's something that we do. We grind these off. So when you got to drive these in, they don't, the threads don't get boogered up, and that works pretty good. And here's another thing that I want to show you too. I got my bolts in here, the new bolts. You see how they're beveled like that? That's pretty neat. We've never gotten bolts like that before. These are the new bolts. They were made in USA. These are some of the old bolts that we had, and you can see the difference in the button heads, or the here. This makes it a lot easier to drive them in with that bevel on there. Okay, let's get to work and see what we can do here. And I got some help here, so we'll patch this in and see what happens. All right. Let me get my gloves on. Get this in here. All right. Wonderful. Okay. Handy dandy little drift pin. Let's see if we can pull that. Okay. We have to pull it a good bit. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Tell you what, I'm going to change this around here because I am left-handed. All right, I'm out here by myself today. Okay, wonderful. Actually got another bolt broke here. Okay. Nice. It's going to be interesting. See how this video turns out. Nice. Okay. I tightened those two bolts up there so this rail doesn't go back that way when I take the drift pin out. Nope. I got a spike there. All right. Very good. Wonderful. Wonderful. That one's got a spike there too. Okay, that's about 250 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, wonderful. Very good. This will be interesting to see how this turns out. Okay, I wanted to explain something to you. Back there, what I fixed on that joint there, that saved a possible derailment from happening, and that's why we do track inspections to find stuff like that. I said I just broke out. Those 3 bolts broke out last night, so it's a very important. I did a video on cold weather track inspections. It's very important. Stuff breaks out here all the time in the cold weather. That's why it's so important to come out here and inspect the track and to find stuff like that. And that's my job. That's what I do. Save the, like I said, that 2 bolts out on the one side of that joint. It wouldn't be long before that other bolt broke, and then you'd have a pull apart there in that 7-degree curve, and you're going to have a train on the ground. So I saved the company $50,000 or $75,000 from a derailment there, just by coming out here and making a track inspection. I think that's a pretty good trade-off to pay me a small amount of money to find stuff like that and prevent major disasters from happening. Anyway, wanted to tell you that about that, because that one bolt on where the 2 bolts were missing, it wouldn't have been too much longer before, like I said, that bolt broke and you'd have had a pull apart there. And pull aparts in tangent track are not all that bad, but when you get a pull apart on a curve, especially the outside rail, the high rail, they call it the high rail because it's super elevated from the inside rail. The inside rail is your grade rails, what grade it is on, and then the rail on the outside is your super elevated or high rail. And that's the rail that gets the most force through a curve when the train passes over it. So yeah, could have we prevented a derailment there. All right, very good. Wanted to share that with you. Fill in a little more information. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. There's a lot more to come. Get this in here. All right. Wonderful. Okay. Handy dandy little drift pin. Let's see if we can pull that. Okay. Wonderful. Actually got another bolt broke here. Okay. Nice. It's going to be interesting. See how this video turns out. Nice. Okay. tighten those 2 bolts up there so this rail doesn't go back that way when I take the drift pin out. Nope, I got a spike there. All right. All right, wonderful. Wonderful. That one's got a spike there too. Okay, that's about 250 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, wonderful. Very good. This will be interesting to see how this turns out.